Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I miss y'all. I'm gonna let y'all get up in here. I know it's been a minute. I know I've been inactive. I'm so sorry. When you're dealing with real life and trying to do all the things you possibly can do, it's a lot. But we're here. We made it. We made it. And it's a lot going on, y'all. What's up? Welcome, welcome. I know y'all haven't seen me in a minute. I'm not hiding. I just got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? What have y'all been up to? I miss y'all. I'm over here looking at everything, trying to make sure everything is right. Can y'all hear me? That is the question. That is the question. Uh-oh. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in here. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know so I can keep running my mouth. It's a lot going on out here in this world, man. We still don't know who the president is. Just kind of shady. Anybody else find that a little shady? Or am I the only one? But with 2020, we can expect anything, right? Right. So let's get started because y'all are moving a little too slow for me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know because we're about to get started. Got a couple of y'all in here. Thank y'all so much for tuning back in. LA Show Live. I'm back in the flesh. It's really me. And I want to talk to y'all about some things that are going on because, of course, it's a lot of shit going on. We already know that. But why don't we know who the president is yet? I'm over here. I got the TV going on. But I got some articles, some things to pull up, some things to talk about because I know a lot of us have been stressed. I've been talking to a lot of people that I know, and people are stressed out about this election. And, for me, nothing's going to change for me per se, but, for other people, it may change. So, it is what it is. Oh, Lord, I just got a notification from Vice talking about what does a nuclear bomb feel like or some shit. Of course. Yeah, what does a nuclear bomb explosion feel like? Okay. So let's get started. I'm going to try to share my screen. Really don't know what I'm doing, so give me just a second. Application window, Chrome tab. Give me just a second, y'all. I got everything lined up. It's just working out. So y'all can see my screen and whatnot. All right. So looking at this article from Zero Hedge, Trump says he'll never give up fighting for Americans, urges full transparency in the votes counting. So let's take a look. Trump says he'll never give up fighting for Americans, urges full transparency in voting count. And I know I just read that wrong. November 6th of 2020. Minutes after President Trump released his statement affirming that his team would take their fight over the ballot, counting transparency to the courts, a Pennsylvania state court delivered Trump's team its second victory in Pennsylvania today, ordering that all provisional count, I don't know what that word means, Pennsylvania court orders segregation of provisional ballots. Earlier, Democrats in Pennsylvania on Thursday asked the Supreme Court to hold off any action involving a petition from Republicans in the state that argues the tribunal should strike down a 3-day deadline extension for Pennsylvania mail ballots sent by Election Day to be received by elections boards. The filing by the state Democratic Party on Thursday was in response to a motion by the Trump campaign to join the state GOP in its efforts to overturn the deadline extension, which was implemented by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. At least now, the ballots at the center of the ballots are in the safe space and segregated away from the rest of the votes. So if Trump wins, they could easily be tossed. The Washington Post just declared that Joe Biden will not wait for the final results to come in to declare victory. Per Bloomberg, Biden is widely rumored to speak at some point Friday evening from an elaborate stage that has been set up at the Chase Center, waiting for days of the vice president to use it. The aide told WAPO that Biden, from the day he announced his candidacy, has been about bringing people together and about ending the sort of toxic, chaotic, divisive mood of the country, the aide said, adding that Biden would want to go out and continue to deliver that message. So, the Biden campaign does not intend to wait for President Trump to concede before Biden declares victory. Donald Trump doesn't get to decide who wins elections, the aide said. The American people do. Now, if you go on to my Instagram page, I did a whole thing where I looked up the Electoral College. I still really don't understand it. So maybe y'all could tell me a little bit more about the Electoral College, because as we can very well see in this election, they're pretty much setting that stage of the popular votes, and then you have the electoral votes. So please give me some insight in the comments and give other people insight on what the Electoral College is. I can go to my Instagram page and find that post so we can watch it, because I think it's interesting, and that is for our purposes, to know what's going on. We've been talking about a lot, and we do have some case updates to get to, so I am going to try to run through these topics, but not too much. Here we go. And y'all can't hear that because I can't hear it. Y'all, I hope y'all are hit the airplane mode button. My bad. Still hear me? It looked like everything okay. I didn't hit the airplane mode button on accident. I didn't get a lot of sleep. My bad. So we're trying to figure out where is the volume. Oh. I just want to check in on y'all. Can y'all hear that? Okay, can you hear the video? Hopefully y'all are hearing that video that I'm playing. Can y'all hear that? Let me know. Let me know. Oh no, it started over. Representatives in both states each represent roughly the same number of people. In the Electoral College, a state gets the same number of delegates as their congressional representatives, plus 2 for each senator. So Texas has 38 electoral votes, Vermont has 3. But this combination makes the number of people each delegate represents way different between states. In Texas, one electoral delegate represents 3 times the amount of people as one in Vermont. And that makes each individual person's vote in Vermont a lot more influential. The Electoral College creates discrepancies like this all over the country. A voter in Wyoming is worth 3.5 times as much as a voter in California. And the winner of the presidential election is the candidate who gets 270 or more of these Electoral College votes. Okay, so it went into a commercial, but thank you, Vox, for explaining things. And thank you so much, Trina. I appreciate you for holding it down. Thank you. So we kind of get a glimpse of what the Electoral College is. We kind of see how this is working on the back end. But I'm not, supporting either side because both sides got a lot of drama going on with it. And to me, like I say all the time, it's just another way to divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? As we could very well see throughout this whole virus, that, the government really isn't taking care of us the way it should and protecting us the way it should, because we wouldn't have a rampant virus floating around here. But okay, so I want to get that out the way so y'all don't think that I'm on everybody's side or anybody's side. Like I said, I'm going to live my life regardless, either way this situation goes. No hard opinions. So the mail-in ballots, a lot of talk has been going on with these mail-in ballots. Trump has been talking about it since the beginning. Yeah. So at the beginning of that, we've been hearing a lot of talk about this stuff. So now this is actually what's holding up the counts because of all these mail-in ballots. This is why we don't know who the president is yet, 3 days later. But by that article from Zero Hedge, we found out that, he may go ahead and announce his winning. So 31 minutes ago, Biden increases lead over Trump in Nevada. And Biden on cusp of presidency after gains in Pennsylvania 46 minutes ago. This is coming from the AP News. Trump's vote diatribe, both shocking, unsurprising. I don't know what that means, but okay. So we are still waiting. And we are still watching everything that's going on. Of course, we're going to keep our eyes on this because this is some pretty big news for the year. A lot of people are hoping for some change, but with Biden, and a lot of people are bringing out some things about Biden that I'm sure you guys probably don't even want to hear about because, people don't want to hear these things. But a lot of things have been going on with his son, and also with some dealings that his son has been doing out of the country. Does that really apply to his campaign? It may or may not when we're talking about running for the presidency. So we will see what goes on with that situation as well. They're saying that the black men pretty much voted for Trump, most black men, and most black women voted Biden. And I think that it's really strange that it chalks down to our votes when we're so-called the minority. You know what I'm saying? Like they keep on portraying us as the minority, but this race has came down to what black people can or cannot do, or, if you're voting or not. And a lot of people have been very opinionated about who people voted for, if you didn't vote or not. So, this is a very hypercharged situation, which I understand, I understand. But don't let it overcome you. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I have some more things written down on my notes to divide and conquer. I already talked about that. Censorship online. So I know you guys have noticed a lot of the things that have been going online with these fact checkers, and it's just really strange nowadays, the times that we are living in with big tech. And that's also something that Trump has warned people about. He has said a lot about the media, and he said a lot about censorship with the tech companies. And he also tweeted about it last night. He said something about Section 230. And we can look more into that, but I want to just put that out there. So there are going to be a couple of places that are trying to recount the votes. And Nevada claimed that they wouldn't have the votes ready until November 13th or November sometime next week. Yeah. So that's interesting. But we will have to wait and see. Also, Trump has a lot of lawsuits going on to different states. So we have to see what comes about, with this situation with this election. Like I said, do not let it overcome you. Do not separate from your family, from your people because of this, because you're going to end up needing them in the end. A lot of people are suggesting that there may be some type of civil war that's going to take place, and we just hope and pray that that does not happen. But there has been a lot of stuff going on in the streets. A lot of people have been doing some crazy things. I saw in Portland, Oregon, I posted a video today of a young man on my Instagram at LA show _ I saw a lot of craziness in Portland, Oregon alone. So imagine what's going on in these other cities. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to be at peace, love each other, and let's get through this, because we got to get through 2020. 2020 is something else. Has anybody else been affected by 2020? I guess everybody's going to say because, I have too. And, it's real life. What does my religion matter? Why would my religion matter to you? You going to judge me? That doesn't have anything to do with Biden. As far as his son, is that what you're talking about, Trina? Because, a lot of people put things into the mix, just like with Bill Clinton and, his extramarital affairs. Did that matter in his presidency? With Bush, all types of stuff. Regarding whether people do good or bad, did you know that one of the state's judges dismissed Trump's lawsuit? They should do a lot more digging into these lawsuits, because something is going on. Normally, on any normal year, election year, we will wake up and know who the president is. I know some states do have a couple days, but it's crazy. Because you want to tell me something. What do you want to tell me, brother? I would love to know it. Okay, Trina. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, like you said, a lot of things may not matter to certain people, but you have people who do catch on to certain things and they care about it. People want to talk about it. People want to know what's going on behind the scenes, because we're all so used to seeing things at face value for the surface. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool. That's right. Now, official Hezi is right. Do not get sucked into this election. You are absolutely right. That's the only thing I can say. I've been talking to a lot of people, and the only thing that's been coming up on people's minds is the election. People are still waiting, and to me, it just blows my mind. I don't know about you guys, but it blows my mind to see all of this take place after the crazy 2020 year we have had. But I'm going to get off the election because I know that's a touchy subject, and I know people, really want to have their opinions on certain things. I know how the media has totally been pushing certain things, and it happens to the best of us. I done got sucked in on certain things, and working and doing this job, I have learned to dig deeper, and I hope y'all do too, because that matters. That matters just as much as your vote. To dig deeper and to understand certain things. But yeah. So let's go on to the next topic, y'all. I hope I'm not double echoing or anything, because I know I'm back on this page. Okay. So now we have a young rapper, King Von, who was shot down in Atlanta, Georgia. Chicago rapper King Von killed in an Atlanta shooting. Police. This was posted on November 6th of 2020. Chicago rapper King Von was among 3 people who were killed in a shooting involving police outside a club Friday in Atlanta. The incident started about 3:20 a.m. when 2 groups of males started arguing with each other outside of Monaco Hookah Lounge, 255 West Trinity Avenue Southwest, and the 2 groups exchanged gunfire, Atlanta police said. 2 off-duty officers who were in uniform working an extra job at the lounge, along with an off-duty officer who was patrolling nearby, confronted the groups and opened fire, police said. 3 of the persons shot in the incident have died as a result of their wounds, and 3 others are being treated in area hospitals, police said. The officers were not injured. Police confirmed that King Von, whose real name is Davon Bennett, was among those killed in the shooting. The identities of the other people who were shot have not been released. Some are saying that those other 2 men who died were King Von's entourage and friends, but that hasn't been fully reported yet. It was unclear if anyone was struck by the officer's gunfire, but police said detectives believe Bennett was shot during the initial confrontation between the 2 groups of males. Additionally, Mr. Bennett was not located at the scene, but arrived at a hospital shortly after the shooting via a private vehicle, police said. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation was requested to investigate the officer-involved shooting. Part of the investigations will include determining which individuals were struck by gunfire from the suspects and whether any were struck by gunfire from officers, police said. Several people in the hip-hop community have posted messages of condolences on social media, including fellow Chicago MC Chance the Rapper. Last month, King Von released his album, Welcome to O Block, a nod to the area around 64th and King Drive on Southside, where he was raised. The album featured appearances from Moneybagg Yo, Polo G, and Lil Durk. Wow. Well, a lot of people are saying a lot of things, y'all. You're right. Y'all are on it. A lot of people are saying a lot of different things. First of all, what I want to say is rest in peace. Prayers of condolences go out to this man's family. He was a father, and also a rising young Black star. And this is becoming too much of a trend in our community. These young brothers do not want to make it to be old. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you guys have seen what Gilly the Kingdom said I watched it and I was moved by it, and I wanted to speak on this because we see this in our inner cities. We see this in our neighborhoods. These young boys growing up way too fast. And I'm talking about youngins. This man was 26 years old, which is still a youngin. It's still a youngin. You're right, Trina. He was only 26 years old, and he was like Lil Durk's best friend. That's true. That's true. So I don't know if you guys are from around the Chicago area or if you guys know anything about the beef that goes on. Apparently, apparently King Von was from 64th, and other people that he didn't like were from 63rd. So that's a block away. That's a block away from each other. And you mean to tell me that this beef then spawned and spawned and spawned to now when you go out of town, you can get touched? You know what I'm saying? Just like people be telling rappers, oh, you got to leave the hood. You got to leave the hood. You know, people can get caught anywhere. Yep. FBG Duck was a rising rapper out of Chicago's drill music scene, and he was unfortunately murdered. I was supposed to talk about his demise, but I just saw it oversaturated, and I just, a lot of people did a lot of good work on reporting on him, so I just, became a spectator myself. But yes, rest in peace to him as well. Another thing that Gilly the King brought up is that these young men are anointed with a blessing of some kind to make moves outside of their family and make moves to better their families. I'm sorry, I just got caught up into these comments. So here go Black Buddha, and Black Buddha finna speak some truth. Dudes need to leave the street stuff alone. Gang banging in 2020 is lame. Rest in peace, Vaughn. Rest in peace, FBG Duck. And that is a message. So NLE Chopper, a lot of people are bringing him up. This is a young rapper who has made a lot of changes to himself. I actually saw him giving out some organic food to the hood, and that kind of made me smile because we know in most inner cities, we don't have direct access to organic food, or, sometimes there ain't no plants, vegetables, or nothing up in the stores in the hood. So, yeah. And, some brothers wake up out of it and some brothers don't. But we want to try to reach them before this even happens. Before this even happens. So, yeah, this is a very sad situation. So, he was shot around 3:20 a.m., or that's when the police got called to the area. 2 other friends were killed. And a lot of people are bringing up another rapper in this incident that was allegedly on scene and did a video on scene, a live video, where he was helping his friend who had gotten shot. This other rapper goes by the name of Quando Rondo. Some about his friends, then got online making disses and all types of stuff. So this stuff is all documented. I'm not telling y'all nothing new. Academics have came on and he's confirmed it. A lot of people that were there have confirmed it. And that's just what it is, A lot of this internet beef is really for nothing. For nothing. What are people beefing over on the internet? Y'all got money now. That should be the main goal. Everybody wants money, funds. Asian doll. Now this is King Von's, I think, ex-girlfriend, on and off girlfriend, something to that effect. But she is heartbroken right now, which we all understand. It is a very traumatic situation to lose somebody that you love, But a lot of people are coming under fire on her butt, her new butt, because she posted a tweet talking about she liked killers. And if you ain't got a body, you know, she don't want to be with you. So, what do y'all want me to say about that? Come on now. You want a killer. You want a man with a couple bodies. What? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. So she's heartbroken, upset. King Von has passed away. He leaves behind a couple kids. This is the story that keeps on happening. We still have yet to know what has happened to Nipsey Hussle, even though the police have his killer in custody. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. And Trina, girl, do not get me started back on that girl, because I don't want to go in. She's going through mourning right now. And I will be mourning too, because your words are words, because I have to watch myself too. Trust and believe me, this channel ain't about preaching to nobody. I got to listen to my own daggone words. You know what I'm saying? Our words have a lot of weight. Got a lot of weight. Period. Period. We got to watch what we say to each other. We got to watch what we say about each other. Speak highly of yourself. Okay. Yes. And that's a lot of times what's happening to these rappers right now. A lot of these guys are getting set up. That's right, Trina. I like you, Trina. I'm gonna have to make you a mod. Remind me, because I like you. Um, a lot of these rappers are starting to get set up too. Because my thing about it is, okay, you got this group of people in the club talking back on King Von, but how was this other opposing group of people getting into the club that he's at? Or why are they even sitting out front of the club, or whatever took place? Why are these people connecting in that way when they got static? You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. So you're right. A lot of these rappers are getting set up, just like with Pop Smoke. Somebody literally set that man up. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. And these are our brothers that we losing, good, bad, right, wrong. I saw a lot of talk about, some of the things that King Von was into. Yes, he was a gang member, but then we have to look at that and really question, do you deserve to die based off your simple decisions, And then I also look back and say, well, there's not enough OGs out here really spitting game to these young guys. How are these young guys gonna know any better when nobody's trying to spit game to them? As far as things being fake, a lot of people put things in a lot of different contexts, whatever makes their brain operate or feel better. You know what I'm saying? I just try to look at things in a reality base, you know, facts over my feelings. Because sometimes your feelings will make you want to feel like something is fake. You know what I'm saying? But who am I to tell? Shoot, it's mighty funny that this young guy gets murdered while we still trying to figure out who the president is. That's going to take a lot of our young people who went out there and voted. That's going to take their eyes off of what's going on with this whole election. Yeah, if the gas station they go, because a lot of this music is repetitive, like especially with these female rappers. I love my females. You guys are superstars. Y'all are becoming superstars. They have let open the floodgates to female rappers. But it's just like y'all gonna keep talking about the same stuff over and over and over again. And normalizing the whole trend of selling your body and sex work, and sex work is valid. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, but we can have a discussion about that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of young girls out here that's going to be picking up that trend and trying to follow that trend. So please let me know what you guys feel. We can talk about that on a later date, because I do not have that written down. But yeah, you're right. Hopefully somebody need to put these young boys on game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep trying to tell people, like, especially mine, because I couldn't imagine, especially mine. Um, you want to be different. You don't want to be out here on the same type of time everybody else is on. You know what I'm saying? It's no diversity. All these young boys want to grow up and be as rappers. I want to be a rapper. You can't be the man that's behind the scenes making the beats. You can't be the man that's behind the scenes putting up the microphones. You can't be the man behind the scenes doing the videotaping of the music videos. It's so much more out here, you guys. It's so much more. And I want us to explore all of that. And I think that's what I need to do. I need to start showing Black people in good, prominent positions. Black entrepreneurship is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Even me trying to start up what I'm doing, it's hard, but you got to keep it moving. You got to keep pushing. I got personal problems that are going on in my life, but I still try to make an effort, you know what I'm saying? And try to do my part. I may not live right by certain people, but, by golly, I know I'm trying to make a difference. One day my kids going to look back on this and be like, well, dang, my mama had some sense. Yeah, man, you can be anything. You can be anything. If you want to be like Kobe, man, you know how many Kobe's out here in the hood? You know how many Kobe's out here in the hood right now that can do all the things with the ball and dribble, and you know what I'm saying? It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. So let me go right here real quick. Wait a minute. Trina said something. Wait a minute. Look at Game, Gucci, Lil Wayne, and them. Most of them had a change, their whole demeanor. And look at Ti. Ti definitely switched it up, girl. He definitely switched up. Because when I first got onto Ti, I was like, in like middle school. Want your body, need your body. Girl, they done made a whole little song about that, talking about Joe Biden. He was saying Joe Biden, Lord. But anyway, yeah, T.I. definitely switched it up. Because when he started using them big ass words, and people was like, what is this man talking about? I didn't know he could talk like this. He switched it up. And that's true. He didn't have a choice. Most of these rappers don't have a choice. Once you make a certain amount of money out here, money comes with policy. And that's something that Cisco has taught me. Shout out to Cisco, by the way. All right, official Hezzy. We will see you back a little bit later. I'll be on for a few more minutes. Got a couple errands I got to run. But I just wanted to come on and talk to y'all. I miss y'all. Oh, you're a mentor, Trina? It seems like it too, because you on it. And I hope that our kids are listening out there to you. Oh yeah, I'm proud of them too, man. It's crazy to see these kids growing up nowadays, because you see the patch of them that's not in good situations, but they are making it out, and they are doing things outside the grain. That's another good thing to see, man. These kids that ain't living in the best situations, and they still able to prosper. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. So let me talk about this real quick, y'all. So TMZ, they have reported that King Von was killed in Atlanta shooting. And they also are reporting that the police are saying that they did not shoot him. Now, there has been some recordings going on, and I'm going to go to that. Give me just a second. But there have been some recordings going on about something to the effect of the Chicago Police Department letting it be known that King Von has been shot. And being that he is well known in Chicago, they had to put this out there for the people. Gossip of the City, shout out to them. They are on it. They also have some video footage if y'all would like to go check that out on their page. But I just wanted to play y'all this video. So once again, shout out to Gossip of the City. You know, certain blogs just they be on it. I don't know why this video ain't popping up. Okay, that's weird. Alrighty, well, I guess we will not be looking at Gossip of the City. However, Chicago Police Department, they came on the radio and they let it be known that Atlanta police shot and killed Vaughn, and for all officers to stay on high alert in Chicago because they know it can go down at any given moment. Oh yeah, Texas. Shout out Texas. Yes, everything's bigger in Texas, honey. Nice and warm down there. Okay. So we have some updates with some cases that we've been talking about. The first one, hey, Official Hezzy, welcome back. The first one we're going to talk about, I won't be in the chat, you guys, so carry me on this one because I won't be in the chat. The first update we're going to talk about, wait a minute, let me look this one up. Y'all remember Breonna Taylor's case? Like I told y'all in the last video, it's a lot of shit going on with this case. Excuse my French, y'all, but hey, it's one of those days. There's a lot of stuff going on with this case. And it's moving at a rapid rate. But there is a third grand juror that has came out and spoke on the fact that they don't believe that this grand jury proceeding was correct, and they don't like the way it was handled. So once again, we have this situation with Breonna Taylor and things just not adding up. And I know there has been a lot of conjecture behind this case where people are just saying, oh, she's a drug dealer. She lived with a drug dealer, you know, la-da-dee, la-da-dum. But at the same time, just like we go back and say with King Von, people's backgrounds doesn't mean they should get killed. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when we talking about people that are out here still walking the streets like these child molesters, you know, people don't mind that. It doesn't seem like you don't see a bunch of child molesters out here getting gunned down, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to me. But rest in peace to Breonna. We are going to still stay on this case because I want to know the outcome. I want to know what's going to happen. A lot of things are, you know, starting to shake and crumble between this whole debacle with this young woman. It's not right. It's not right at all. And, you know, she was somebody who was serving the community, being a paramedic or whatever she did in the medical field that's still serving the community. You know, some of these people, they don't even do nothing for our community. They don't do a damn thing, you know. So, I mean, wouldn't you be pissed off? Somebody you love just getting gunned down over a drug raid that they still don't even, they're not even coming up with the real reason on why they went up in that girl's house. They're saying, oh, she had an ex-boyfriend and the ex-boyfriend had this amount of drugs and blah, 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 blah. Okay, but the ex-boyfriend was already in jail. So how shoddy was that police work? Another case that I've been stuck on was the case out of Baltimore, Maryland. And I don't know if you guys have watched or listened to that case, Sean Suter. He was an officer with the BPD. Had to testify against the gun trace task force a day before his murder. His family just got awarded with $900,000. I was going to do a separate video on this to go into detail about what took place with Suter, and I'll probably do that sometime around when things happen. But there is a lot of corruption that goes on in these police departments. Y'all got to look that case up, because that case shines a lot of light on the corruption and the depths that certain police departments will go to cover up things. And I'm not saying that's the exact same thing that happened to Brianna, but, you know, something clearly ain't right about her case either, you know. So let me move on. George Floyd, this case. This is a case that rocked the nation. A lot of people, rocked the whole world. The whole world was talking about George Floyd. And, you know, a lot of people may think it's a psyop, whatever you want to think, it's cool. You know, you're entitled to your own opinion. Boom. But some people are facing some charges, and some people are possibly going to court for their charges. So we have to see what happens. I have an article here from NPR.org. Judge in George Floyd case rejects former cop's request to move trial. The four former Minneapolis police officers charged in the death of George Floyd will be tried together, a judge decided Thursday. He also rejected the former officer's request to move the case outside of the Minneapolis area. The defense attorneys for Derek Chauvin, Thomas Lane, Tu Tao, and J. Alexander Quang argued that the pretrial publicity of the case had made it impossible to have a fair trial in the Minneapolis area. They had further claimed it was unsafe for the participants, as evidenced by a protest ahead of their September 11th hearing in the case. They also noted a jury may face threats, as well as potentially affecting their ability to decide the case. So a lot of people are kind of up in arms about this decision. They kind of are saying that something doesn't seem right about charging them all together. I don't know, because one officer is facing another charge versus the other officers. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but we will keep our eye on this case. Let me share my screen. So we have, what else? Ahmaud Arbery. Now, I know we have not heard a lot about Ahmaud Arbery in a while, so I wanted to go back and look into what happened to him, because that was very unjust, very sickening what took place with this brother. What to expect in the next hearing in Ahmaud Arbery murder case. Glenn County, Georgia. The 3 South Georgia men accused of felony murder in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery, a 25-year-old Black man, will go back before a judge next Thursday to ask to be released from jail. Do what? They better not let the men out. The men, Travis McMichael, age 34, his father, Gregory McMichael, age 64, and their neighbor, William Roddy Bryan, were charged in May with murder and aggravated assault 2 days after a graphic video of the shooting of Ahmaud Arbery became public 2 months after he was killed. The video showing Arbery's death, which was posted to a South Georgia radio station's website, sparked nationwide outrage and brought new scrutiny to how the case was handled. Court documents on Thursday showed, along with bail, defense attorneys for McMichaels will request the judges throw out the malice murder and false imprisonment charges in the indictment. Prosecutors in the case could also bring up on Thursday's hearing their notice to bring in evidence of alleged racial videos, text messages, and social media posts by the McMichaels and Brian. An exhibit from a previous bond hearing for Brian shows 22 pages worth of messages from Brian's phone where he repeatedly used racial slurs. So why isn't this being charged as a hate crime? That's the first question. Is anybody with me on asking that? Why ain't this being charged as a hate crime? Just point blank, period. Y'all got all the evidence. Why are these people even asking to get out of jail? Why? Because of that white privilege. They felt privileged to do what they did. Sickening. Sickening. An exhibit from a previous bond hearing for Brian shows 22 pages worth. In one message from January 2019, Brian wrote, "Working so all the N-words can take off. Happy MLK Day." Cobb County Assistant District Attorney and lead prosecutor on the Arbery case, Jesse Evans, said the evidence of racial messages is relevant because of an ongoing federal investigation. So is that the hate crime investigation? I hope so. The purpose of going into some of the evidence that we acquired with them, particularly from social media and from text messages, is to show that there is an active investigation, which is public, by the Department of Justice into potential civil rights crimes. Thank you. And that becomes important because any evidence that we found that tends to support that might be considered by the court as to whether there is a risk of committing new crimes or a risk of flight, said Evans. It's unclear when the case will go to trial. In Georgia, courts are, page jump. In Georgia, courts are still under judicial emergency, which restricts jury trials. Arbery's mother says she is trusting in God as the hearing in her son's case continues. Just trying to gather strength. It's going to be hard, but it's something I must go through. Trying to get myself prepared, my heart prepared, Jones said. Sorry about all this noise, y'all. So, Ahmaud Arbery. Rest in peace to this young brother, man. I'm over here looking at his picture. Very handsome young man. Also, I have an article here from AJC.com that is saying that the new Cobb DA will pursue Ahmaud Arbery murder case. And this was posted, I do believe it was posted today. I posted on Instagram as well. Flynn Brody will become the 5th prosecutor connected to the Ahmaud Arbery murder case in Southeast Georgia, a racially charged proceeding that has drawn national attention now that Brody has defeated Cobb County District Attorney Joyette Holmes. So that wench, Miss Holmes, is really the one who screwed this stuff up. Okay? And she got voted out during this election term. And now we need to go into this case with a fresh set of eyes. It's no excuse why this young man, it seems like these people are playing with him. The McMichaels and William Brody, or whatever his name is, they playing with him. You gunned this man down in the middle of the street for him doing nothing. And then you tried to make it seem like he was a criminal. And now you want to get out of jail. Something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. So another case that has rocked the world is the Philadelphia case, where Philadelphia officers shot and killed Walter Wallace Jr. in front of his mom after he was going through a mental health distress call. And I'm not going to show that video, of course, because, we don't need to see it, However, I did read somewhere where the family does not want charges brought against the cops, or they want people to forgive the police or something to that effect. And if that's the family's wishes, doesn't mean you have to follow them at all. But, it's hard for people to have to deal with stuff like this, I guess, having all this stuff that is going on, because once you're in these type of shootings with police, it becomes political, you know, it does. Philadelphia officers in Walter Wallace Jr. shooting identified by video released. This was posted November 5th. And I'm going to read a little bit of it, but my page is stuck. Give me just a second. My bad. Give me just a second. Yeah, this page is acting janky. The city of Philadelphia. Yeah, what is going on? Okay, so we're going to get off of this page. All these ads and whatnot. Let me get off this page before it turns my whole computer off. So with Walter Wallace, we will be looking into that case as well. As far as the officers that were involved, let me see, because I don't know what was going on with that particular article, but I can't have it messing up my screen. So all they have is just the video itself on CNN. Doesn't say the names, but they're saying that they repeatedly asked him to put down the knife. Okay, as if that was a reason to murder him. Y'all have tasers, y'all have pepper spray, y'all have other things at y'all's disposal. We saw down, I think in Florida, where a young man was going through a mental call. His mom, a young white man, was called. Police was called on him. His mom called for the same similar situation, mental health, and the mom pretty much called the police. The police chased him into this little forest or little park or somewhere, and the boy ends up stabbing the police officer in the neck. This little white boy did not die. He did not get killed by police, and the officer was treated for his wounds. And that is what the Black community is basically trying to point out, that there are different strokes for different folks. And if you don't see that, then okay, mass incarceration is real. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like this death, this blood on the hands of these people, it's just something else. It's something else. And I'm going to put my Instagram account in here if any of y'all want to come and follow. Oops, my bad, y'all. That's my Cash App. That's my Cash App name. Wait a minute. You go to the wrong page. Okay. There we go. There goes my Instagram page. If y'all don't have an Instagram, please by all means make one, because I think I'm about to get rid of the other little platforms I got, because I'm not getting a lot of traction. But on Instagram, a lot of people have tuned in. We've gotten a lot of looks on different stories that we have covered. Let me go to some of those stories real quick. Give me just a second. Sorry this is taking so long, you guys, but we had a lot to discuss, a lot of updates. I've been gone for a minute. I'm going to try to bring it back around this week. But like I'm telling y'all, I have so much stuff that I'm just trying to do, but I will take it one step at a time. And I know you guys support this platform. Thank you guys so much for donating to this Cash App, $LA Show 1. for the growth and betterment of this media venture. If you would like to see this platform grow, I would like to pay for StreamYard membership. I would like to pay for better lighting. I would like to pay for a better computer, my Wi-Fi services, all that good stuff. Of course, all of this stuff costs money. You don't have to question that. But we're making it happen regardless. And thank you to all who do support this platform. You can also go and support this platform on Patreon. Patreon is where I do a lot of exclusive content, and that's where I want to go in and really talk about certain things that I've been going through. So if you want to get to know me personally, come on over to Patreon. Let me see. And that's LA Show as well. And it's $3 a month. I have went down on my prices. A lot of people were like, girl, what's up with your prices? Also, that interview with the lawyer for Nipsey Hussle for Carrie Lathan, I did a very in-depth interview with her. So if you guys would like to hear that interview, it is moved to my $3 tier. You can watch that interview. I asked the questions that everybody wanted to hear. No BS around it. And yeah, people can try to stop it, try to take things, but you can't do what I do, And that's one thing that I pride myself on. Also, I have some things that are coming up with this case with Nipsey Hussle. So I want y'all to be on the lookout for that. I'm not too sure if I'm going to post it on YouTube or not. It depends on the resources that I have to use in order to make it happen, which is another interview. What am I looking for? So some of these cases that we've been talking about that have gotten a lot of attention, and you can see that we've been talking about a lot over here on Instagram. And I'm looking for a specific one. This story is crazy. This story right here is freaking crazy. Okay, where is it? It wasn't that long ago. Hmm. I mean, when I give you guys this story, y'all are going to be like, what in the world is wrong with people? It's a lot wrong with people nowadays. A lot of people aren't getting called out on their BS. That's some of the things that has been going on. A lot of people ain't been getting called out about certain things that they're doing out here. I'm trying to find this daggone video. Where is it? Lord. Is this it? No, this video had about 60,000 views. Bear with me, y'all. Where is it? This is old, man. I done been posted this. This man had the nerve to be talking to somebody, and this man starts letting this lady know that he has slept with an 8-year-old. And the girl acted like she didn't know this man, which I guess she didn't. I don't know. A lot of people meet off of these chat sites and stuff and don't know. Here we go. Don't know who they are meeting. But listen to this, y'all. Listen to this fool. This is just sickening. First of all, not all men be doing that. Am I right or am I wrong? Right or am I wrong? Not all black men be doing this craziness. I wanted y'all to get a look at this guy's face. You know, a lot of people are asking people, who is this guy? Turn him in. I don't know who this guy is. The woman that was on that tape basically claimed that she didn't know who he was and that she was going to try to reverse search his number. And I don't know if anything has came from that or if any updates have came from that. But definitely be on the lookout for me to post the update, because whenever I see it, it's going up. But get another look at this guy, because this guy, he done lost his daggone mind for sure. She need to keep that camera right on his ass, right there. Got long dreads. You can't do no stuff like this, man. You cannot do no crazy stuff and say no crazy stuff like this, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, another story that kind of went up and that went viral on my page with a couple thousand views, but this is sentimental to all of us. Look at this. My bad, y'all. Y'all can't see it. One more thing, y'all. I know I'm taking a long time. Now, I want y'all to know something, because I got a wig on right now, of course. My hair ain't that straight. And, you know, we got to love our features. We got to love where we come from. We got to know where we come from. I'm not afraid to admit it. I can switch it up here, there, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ashamed of my hair. It took me a long time to grow into it and to know what to do with it. I've been natural for years now, and I've just grown my hair out recently. But we can't take this stuff for granted. We're put here for a divine purpose. We look the way we look for a reason, and we are beautiful. I look at myself every day and I'm like, gosh, you are a beautiful Black woman, and I hope that you all feel the same way. Think about the past and think about the things that we have been through that has brought us to the times that we are at now. Okay? And just bring it all back into perspective. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers are dying on the streets. Our sisters feel as though there's no way out other than to play on their sexuality. And it's a weird world we're living in. It really is. And we have to try to keep some people in line so that we can raise these babies out here and teach them things. Because another thing that I think is happening with this whole virus, another things that I'm thinking is going to happen with this election is that, some rewriting of history is going to happen. And are we going to be remembered for these shootouts amongst ourselves and these lace fronts? I want to be remembered for more than that. And I hope that you do too. I will be back with more, you guys. Like I said, you can find me on Patreon, LA Show on Patreon. You can cash at me, $LA Show 1 for the growth and betterment of this media venture. I want to do more with you guys. I want to expand the brand. And I really do appreciate all of you who support anyway, regardless, when I don't even have to ask. You know what I'm saying? On my birthday, I got a lot of love from you guys. I appreciate it. I didn't expect that. And I know I was supposed to go live for my birthday, but my birthday was whack. I had so much stuff I had to worry about. Like I told you, I'm going through a lot right now. I know these videos are few and far between, but I want to continue. Official Hezi, I don't know what he means by that. I don't know. Are we going to take it back to the times, make it great again to the times where we have, our people's hair in chairs? I don't know what that meant. I personally think that and this is just my opinion, he might have meant the economy. He might have meant the whole fact that we have jobs in America, all that good stuff. Thank you. I don't know what he meant. I don't live in that guy's head, and he doesn't affect me to the point where, everybody else seems to be so bothered. But one thing I have seen is that this man is going to stand up for himself. That's for sure. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to be looking at this election just like everybody else, one eye closed, and we'll see what happens and see how we can move forward out of this whole pandemic situation, because a lot of people have been saying that people aren't talking about the pandemic. They just had to kill off some minks. Those little things that kind of look like furry, I want to say like possums. They had to kill a bunch of them over there in Denmark because they're saying that they have a mutated coronavirus. Dun, 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 dun. The saga continues. 2020 getting on my nerves, but we're going to make it through it together. I will be back. Like I said, you can find me on Patreon, LA Show, cash at me, $LA Show 1. And also follow me on all of my social media platforms. The main one is LA Show on Instagram, LA Show _ and Twitter. I love you guys. Stay safe. Be safe. And let me know what you guys think down below.